Hey guys, welcome back. December 23rd, we got 2 days before Christmas, so we're gonna go over our first trade. So today I actually was pretty proud of the way I traded today. Not often that I say that, because there's always gonna be improvements in my trading and my system. There are always gonna be improvements, but today I feel like today was one of the few that are one of many. I mean, I've had good trades, but I've also had bad trades. But I feel like today was a good trade where I stuck with a scalping sort of strategy, and I stuck with smaller size, and I scalped it from there. So we'll look at my entries. So you take a look here, P&L today, and what I traded TIVC and TIRB will go into here. So I pull up TIVC, and TIVC is already squeezing up. It's showing up on the small cap high day momentum scanner, and I'm already making trend lines because there's already moves happening. So I'm like, let me draw this trend. I see this trend going up. Let's see if how good it can follow this trend. I wait till we get a break over this high right over here. I get in 50 shares at 292, and then I jump in again for another entry of 50 shares. So total I'm in 100 shares, and I exit around 302. So that gave me about $7 on the day. $9, sorry. $9 on the day, and I'm like, okay, I'll take it. And I kept watching it from there to see if we would break over this level, over this resistance line at 306 of this high. That's where there was resistance, and it popped up momentarily. And I was skeptical. I didn't jump in. I was looking at level two. I'm like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of sell orders, and then it rejected down, and it didn't hold. So I'm like, okay, that to me already communicated the sentiment for this trend, and it didn't really have news. It had news from yesterday about a form 4, but nothing new about the stock. So it began to fall down, broke its trend, didn't recover, and from there, the rest is history. So we got TRIB next. So TRIB, this one had biotech news. They got some sort of award or some sort of orders, I believe. Yeah, they got awarded a major order for 9 million tri-screen HIV screen tests. So that's good. I guess that's a product. Um, Something I noticed on the daily chart. So I pulled this up and I'm like, wait, what is this gap? And people that trade strategy, uh, like momentum strategy, we like this. We want to see these gaps because if we blast through this resistance area, the ceiling could be here at 282 or it could be here at 321. I don't know, but this is a really nice ceiling and probably not going to go up to $5 or $6 unless it's some crazy news with clinical data. But to me, it doesn't seem like they're in clinicals trials. I guess this is more of a I don't know. It's a biotech. I don't know what they do. They do medical diagnostics and screening, so yeah, it's a little bit different from what your clinical trials is. They actually have a product, and as we saw here there, it was an HIV testing. So I saw that and I pulled up the 1 minute chart and I came in with the same strategy. I didn't draw trend lines because this is a new trend. I haven't seen it yet. This is new. I don't have any history of what the previous moves were, how the trend was looking, what previous highs. I had none of that. So obviously, I don't think drawing trend lines would be appropriate in this situation. So I wait till about 4 candles up, 4 minutes after the news goes up. I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the level two. I'm seeing really big orders level two. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna jump in. I get at 50 shares at let's see, an average of 114. So I get in 50 shares at 114. Let's look at the 10 second because the 10 seconds easier. I was looking at the 1 minute to hold my profits, but to sort of scale in, scale out. I was looking at the 10 seconds. It's a bit more appropriate to look at for better entries. And you can see there's a lot more noise. So when this first came up, I was like, hey, I don't know about this. This might just be a nothing burger, but it didn't. It wasn't a nothing burger. So I get in here around 114. Then we dip down momentarily. So I get in about 30 seconds later, right around here. In this candle, I get in at 113, and it squeezes up, starts blasting through 115 at 116. I jump in at 116 again for 50 shares. So I'm in 150 shares. Then I believe, yeah, 2 candles later in this red candle, I get in for a dip at 123. No, sorry about that. Not 123. In this candle right here. I didn't get in dip. Sorry. The dip was here. But I get in at 123, so I'm on 200 shares. And I'm looking at the 1 minute, letting this ride on for about a few more seconds. And I exit around 125 at 436. So right around here, I exit around 125 as it begins to squeeze up again. It opens the next candle. I'm like, I'll take my profit off the table. And I believe from there, I was already at $15, 16 if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember the exact P&L for that, but it was 200 shares. And then I was like, okay, let's see how far this can go. And I jump in about 2 minutes later at 438. So I get in for 50 shares here. We dump, and then I believe I buy that dip. Yep, I buy this dip right here. Wait, hold on, sorry. This shit looks smaller there. I don't buy anything here. Forget what I said. I don't buy anything in this area. I wait till we squeeze up again past this high right here. So at 438, basically 439, I'm getting in with 50 shares on this candle, 50 shares on this candle right here, and I'm in 100 shares again. And then I get in for another 50 shares. I'm looking at the level 2. I'm like, wow, this is looking good. It seems like there's a lot of buyers. And then, let's see, 20 more seconds later goes by, and I get another 50 shares. I'm in 200 shares at this point of time. And then about 20 seconds later, again, I exit out. As soon as we began to like just fail, I thought we were going to squeeze up further from here. I saw this red candle print, and I was like, let me just get out. I thought we were going to sort of top out here, and I'm glad I did because, I mean, this began to dip further, which honestly, I feel like this would have been a better spot. But I'm still proud of the way I, went above this trend, buying in, attempting to buy in on dips, and I don't know, it was lighter size. I thought this was the right approach, regardless of how small this was. This did go up a little bit higher. It didn't have the same drive. This first move right here is what I was really honing in on, and I noticed this early on. I was like, hey, I need to take advantage of this move right here because when I start trading on the other side of the MACD, that's when I'm noticing my trades are going to be more likely at a loss. And that's not always going to be the case. This was consolidation. Then we did get up a little bit higher, about 10 cents. And hey, 10 cents can be a lot. If you're on 10,000 shares, that's a lot of money you just made. But this was a higher rate of change than than what we're seeing here. This is slower rate of change. It's going up and slowly pulling back down, going up, and then sort of flattening for a bit, and then at the open there's a small pump, but not much from there. So the beginning of the move is going to be the one that has the highest rate of change, and that's what I want to capture. Especially if I'm in a cash account, I just want to get in and just be able to get my money, be able to get my good trades and not overstay my welcome because I feel like once you try to trade one, MACD is negative too, so that would be no trade. And then two, the MACD was starting to flip over, so even if I were to get in here, the profit in this area, as you could see, it dipped down pretty quickly. I mean, it sold off pretty quickly at 152 and dipped back down again. It didn't really hold. So that's not what I want. What I want is to get an entry here, here, slash here, and then maybe get out there. Well, which is what I basically did. I got out that top, and I know it looks messy. Um, I don't know how Ross does this. I think this is something he has where it just erases on its own. But yeah, that was it. I walked away with $27 today. I thought today was good, and I'll take it. I'll take it any day. I gotta be grateful. And yeah, SPY. Let's see what we're looking at with the SPY. People think that we're gonna dump. People think that I don't know. I mean, technicals don't fail until technicals work until they don't. People thought here, or at least I thought we were gonna go up from here, but we did dip back down a little bit. Something with Japan rates. I don't know. It's not fear, and then just AI spending. Then boom, we recovered. Who knows? Honestly, who the fuck knows? Everyone's just like, we might just flatline honestly until next year. It's not gonna be a lot of volume. I think markets are half day tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Volume's probably gonna be like Friday. We know markets close next Thursday or this Thursday, and think next Thursday, New Year's, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but have a great rest of your day. Hopefully your week has been good. My week has been good. A little sick, but I'm gonna get better. All right, take care. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Peace.